Good. I'm glad to have you this morning. Okay, so I am Deanna Erskine. I am a real estate agent in the Wichita Falls, Texas area, and I wanted to kind of reach out to some businesses to see how this quarantine and the virus and all this is going, and what adaptations you're having to make, and just kind of see how business is, and get your names out there, because even though we're still not being able to be around each other, I want everyone to know that everyone is still doing business. So
Mhm.
I have this morning Wendy Seale, who is you're the marketing director, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
For Sheridan Medical Lodge. So tell us a little bit about the Sheridan.
The Sheridan. Okay, so we are, yes, local here in Burke Burnett, just the same as you are, Deanna. And we are a long-term care post-hospital rehab facility, meaning when you say long-term care, people sometimes think, well, what is that? Nursing home is what would be that, the old generic word that we used to use for that. So we are a nursing home and post-hospital rehab, meaning hips, knees, shoulders, strokes, heart attacks. Maybe we've had some problems with our diabetes that have not been under control, and we aren't being able to do the activities of daily living that we've been used to doing. Then that's where that short-term rehab comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're able to, our goal at the Sheridan is to get you in and out as quick as we can, but in the safest and strongest way that we can possible. So we want to get you better than you were before you got here. So that's kind of us in a nutshell. We do take Medicare, insurances. We'll work with all insurances, and then Medicaid and Medicaid pending, both.
And about how many full-time residents do y'all have there?
Currently, we are sitting at 101 today. We have a bed capacity. Yeah, we have a bed capacity of 130. We normally, we'll run somewhere around 115.
Okay, so y'all stay pretty full, it sounds like.
We have, this is our third year. January was our 3-year anniversary. So it's taken us, a little bit to get here, but we're very proud of where we are. We've taken our time, and hopefully we, are serving the Burke Burnett and surrounding communities well. That's our goal.
Yeah, because the main hospital here is in Wichita Falls. So I'm going to say a lot of the people that are living there are probably from more of the Wichita Falls area. Is that correct? Or are they mostly from Burke?
Well, that's a good question. We've seen a lot. We actually have Southern Oklahoma that we have seen. Yes. So we've seen a lot of the Granville, Grandolet, even all the way up to the Lawton area. We've had good response with those Southern Oklahoma communities, as well as Burke Burnett. We have even reached so far as we have residents from Electra that are here with us, and the Iowa Park area, and absolutely the Wichita Falls area. More of what we see in the Wichita Falls area is coming from that Shepherd Air Force Base, City View area, because we're really just a real quick drive from that area to here. But we do have other family members that are, in the heart of Wichita Falls that have chosen us as well. So we have a good variety, and obviously our Burke Burnett hometown makes up, a very good portion of our residents, and we're thankful to be able to serve the Burke community.
Yeah, awesome, great. Okay, so with all of the craziness that's going on, what kind of accommodations are y'all having to make there in response to it?
Oh gosh, those are daily changes, Deanna, honestly. It is, as you see these bags under my eyes, it's constant, but it's a good. I will say, when this very first started coming down, we initially put into practice our no visitors policy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably has been our biggest thing. And that was the very first thing that we started, was the no visitors. And that's been a hard one. And, oftentimes we think that it's hard on those of us who are in the outside world, but honestly, this is really hard for our residents. They depend on their family members' visits. They enjoy those visits every day, and have not been able to make those visits like they normally would. So that's been really hard for them. But to go back to what kind of changes have we had to make? So the no visitors, we are now where we wear a mask every day, because we are in and out of this building as workers, and so keep our residents safe.
Mhm.
So we are wearing masks. Our residents now that will be going in and out of rooms for therapy and different things like our activities, if they're able to come out, we're wanting them to start wearing a mask. We take temperatures twice a shift. So on our employees, just to make sure that, nobody's having any symptoms or nothing is occurring. So we're trying to just really keep our residents' safety at top priority.
Yeah, I imagine that is, like you said, changing daily, a full-time
Mhm.
job, just trying to keep up with that.
Yes, we have it. You may hear in the background here while we're talking, but the doorbell, so the front door stays locked at all times. You have to have a code to be able to go out. You have to ring a doorbell to be able to get in. So we have some very strict policies and procedures that we're putting forth to try to keep our residents, safe.
Yeah. So with that, the main policy change being that no visitors are allowed, what kind of things are y'all doing there to keep the spirits up of the residents?
Of course, like most everybody else is doing, we're doing a lot of FaceTime and a lot of window time visits with family members, and that has been really good. It's really neat to see the smiles on some of these faces that don't quite know about technology like we do. Being able to sit here and Zoom and see this, and the very first time you pull that phone up, and they can be like, "Oh." Oh, I see you on the telephone. It's really cool to see that. So the FaceTimes have been really cool. And I have to say, it is neat. One of the things that I think has been so special about this time for our family members is that normally family comes in to visit.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been a time where our residents are getting to see you in your element, where
Oh,
they wouldn't normally get to see that. So, we've done several visits where the grandkids are running around in the living room and they're still being themselves and they're doing flips on the couch and they're running around and yelling, "Hey, grandma," and then we'll do their little thing and then come back again in a minute. "Hi, grandma." And so it's been neat to see that side of things that your family members haven't normally. So, those may be some things that we're able to continue afterwards as well. So that's been really neat to see. The window visits, we've had different home healths and hospices come out and play tic-tac-toe on the windows. They've, brought sweet little yard art pinwheels and different things just to kind of liven up, their daily activities of seeing things outside, since they're not able to, get out and about and do like they have been. We have also had hallway bingo. That's always a favorite thing. We've continued our bingo activities. They come out, sit at their doorways. And so we're really trying to keep up as much of the normal routine as possible, but still social distancing and trying to keep our space, because we still are trying to, we're adhering to those rules and regulations as well.
right. Very good. So out of those things, do you think that it sounds kind of like maybe the FaceTime is the residents' favorite activity that they, or is there?
It's kind of been probably half and half, I would have to say. I mean, they enjoy the window visits too. Oftentimes, what we encourage is that when these window visits, when a family's going to come and visit, hey, stop by, ring the doorbell, bring them a Sonic drink, bring a Brahms shake, bring a little something for them. Have that to be able to share with them. We've done birthday celebrations, as well. And so, we don't want anything to have to change. If there's something to celebrate, we want to still be able to celebrate it, however that looks. But yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so how can the public just, I mean, the families can help by doing the window and the FaceTime and things like that, but how can the general public help y'all during this time? Are y'all in need of anything specific or? What's that look like?
Absolutely. So, one thing definitely is to write cards. Maybe send some flowers, to someone if you know or if you don't know. Maybe because we do have certain, unfortunately, we do have some residents that don't have family members,
Mhm.
and a sweet little um, handmade little ornament or something to hang on their door just to brighten up their day. Anything, cards. But the one thing that we do have going right now is something new that we've just started. Is called our virtual volunteering. And so if you want to be able to, we can set up a Zoom meeting like this, or it could be Google Duo, it can be FaceTime. There's lots of different options, as we know. But to be able to sit with maybe just a resident, you could read a book to them, do a devotional. You could play a game with them, on, or just have conversation with them.
Mhm.
Maybe you are, we have a sweet little lady here that is a that speaks German, and she doesn't get to do that very often. So,
Yeah.
if you've got, if maybe you have a talent we didn't know about. Let's sing some songs to them. I mean, they love music. If you've got a talent and can play the guitar or play the piano, your violin, whatever it is, by all means, let's set that up. We can always get a little group, and you can do a concert for a few of them.
Yeah.
So I think there's lots of opportunities for our community to be able to definitely reach out and do some different things for us.
That's awesome. That would be fun. The little FaceTime concert, get everybody on a Zoom and everybody play an instrument. I would not be one of those people, but
Oh, me either. Not even singing.
I would like to watch.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I just think, and that's something that we think that there's just so much we can't do right now, but there's really a lot still that can be done.
Yeah.
And a window visit, even if it's just to come by and, now we want to adhere to our shelter in place, and we don't want to, we don't want to step out of the boundaries of that by any means. But, and with that, I will say too, we schedule those times. So we don't want just everybody coming up at any time, of the day, because we're trying to adhere to our shelter in place and our, social distancing. So with that, we just ask that if you want to be able to do those kind of things, you call us so that we can schedule those. Because we want to make sure we have adequate staff, and that, our resident gets, a good time, and it's not
They need to be in
something that
the
they're
room.
being shorted.
Yeah, they need to be in
Absolutely.
the room. So you need to call and make sure that their schedule isn't, they're not in rehab at that time or
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we want to make sure that they get the most out of the opportunity that's being given to them as well.
right, right. So looking into the future and praying that all these restrictions are lifted sooner rather than later. At that point in time, what are some things people can do to help volunteer or, you know, be there for not only the family, but, like I'm saying, not just the family members, but general people in the public. How can they help at that point?
Absolutely. So, once this is, again, like I was just talking about our virtual volunteers, volunteers are crucial. And we love volunteers to come in. If it's to, again, you can come in. Now, we do have a process that you have to go through. We will do a background check on you. We don't want just anybody coming in and, volunteering. So we have a process that you have to go through. But we would love for you to come in. Maybe there is something that you do. Maybe you can maybe you're a balloon artist, and you can come at our birthday celebrations and tie balloons for us. I mean, we celebrate birthdays every month. It Painting, maybe painting is your thing. I mean, there's so many things. We don't want you to just think, oh, well, they just need somebody to come and call bingo, because we're really much more than bingo. We do manicures and hand massages, and we like to cook with our residents, and we do arts and crafts. So there are a lot of volunteer opportunities. We have one band that likes to come monthly, a local bluegrass band that comes and performs for us. We would love to have more volunteers if you want to be able to come and again put on a little concert for us. We love those kind of things. But like I said, we do have a process that we have to go through, and but we would love to see those people come and pour into the lives of our residents. As we've often seen, though, we know when we give of ourselves for others, it's actually us who end up being the ones that reap from that the most. And you would, it's very rewarding for you as well, not just for our resident.
Are there age restrictions as far as, if your family member isn't there and you want your child to come with you just to get experience in this, volunteering and seeing the elderly and how they can help them? Is there an age restriction on that?
No, as long as the parent is accompanying them, then yes, absolutely. Otherwise, we want you to be at least 16 years of age or older if you're going to be coming by yourself. Um, but otherwise, no, absolutely. We love when the kids come. That just that just is icing on the cake for everybody when the kids come,
If we could
for
only
sure.
harness some of the energy that they bring with them.
I will agree with that. Absolutely, yes.
I say that all the
There's
time.
going to be a lot of pent up energy after this is over with, too. So
Well, especially if the cold weather doesn't go away.
I know that makes it difficult. And, that's the thing, too. So, with our residents, we are looking forward to the warm weather because, hey, we can put a mask on and let's go walk around the building. And, now that can't be done with volunteers right now because, again, we are restricting that. But that is something, too, Deanna, afterwards that absolutely, if you can come and, you know, push a resident outside just to visit with them outside, that they love that as well,
Yeah,
for sure.
fresh air and vitamin D. Who doesn't love that?
Absolutely, we all need it.
So, is there anything else you guys or you want to share with us about Sheridan or their residents?
I will say, and first of all, I appreciate you taking this time to, uh, just let the community know what's going on. Sometimes we think we know, but we might not really. But, an important thing right now for us is that, we are still doing business as usual. Um, it just is, we're stepped up and taking the precautions that need to be taken. But we are still accepting admissions. We still have accidents are still happening. We know those elective surgeries aren't going on, but accidents may still happen at home. You may fall, break a hip. We can still do therapy. We want to get you in and out as quick as possible. We know that this is a very difficult time because you can't physically come into the building and see your loved one, but we are still here. We don't want you to put off, that care that needs to be done, especially if those activities of daily living that you're seeing are getting more difficult. We still need to take care of our health during this time, whether it be that physically and emotionally. But the physical aspect of that, and we absolutely would love to be able to get you in. I'll come and make a visit to your home, and fill you in on what all we have to offer here, what our rooms look like, what you can do. We have personal mini refrigerators in our rooms. And so, there's favorite little snacks you can bring. You don't have to just wait on your family member to hope they're going to bring it. They can bring you, a 6-pack at a time, and we can, get you fixed up. But absolutely still taking admissions for long-term care and for short-term rehab. So we want to be able to help you work through those times right now as well.
Very good. Very good. So, where can folks find you? I know you guys have a Facebook page. I've seen the pictures of the residents holding their signs up and, saying what they want to say. So, where can we find you?
So you can find me at 569-9500, and you can ask for Wendy, or you can call my cell phone at 631-9114, and I'll be able to answer any questions for you then. If I'm not here, you can always ask for Holly. She's the admissions coordinator here. She can answer questions just the same as I can. But yeah, absolutely. Check out our Facebook page, follow us along, see all that we have going on here. If you would like to do a virtual tour, you can check out our Google. If you want to Google us, and you'll be able to do a virtual tour through Google, or you can go to our website at SheridanML.com, and it's SHERIDAN ML.com. So oftentimes we think it gets spelled like the hotel, but no, we're not. So yes.
And
So SheridanML.com.
on your Facebook, is it Sheridan Medical Lodge or the Sheridan?
Sheridan Medical Lodge, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there
Yes,
anything
ma'am.
else you want to add?
I don't think so. I mean, I'd love to see you guys give me a call. Let's do some virtual tour, some virtual volunteering, and just see how you guys can help us out. And let me say too, not just to our residents, but to our staff as well. Even if you want to send some cards to them, because their job is hard too. I don't want that to go unsaid. They've had to step up some things and do some things differently, and so routines even for us are not as what they have been, and they're having to put in some extra hours and do some extra things, and we're very appreciative, and we have a really good staff, and they've worked really hard, and so I want to give a shout out to them as well. And they could definitely use the words of encouragement as well, because while the rest of the world is getting to take their quarantine, stay at home time, we're not getting that. And that's hard when the rest of the world is out sitting at home in their pajamas all day, and getting to do and nothing against that. I mean, I'm not pleased that we're in that situation, but we have to get up here and work every day, and we're here, and that's hard. It is hard, especially when we've got moms who are having to go home and do work with kids, and so there's it's hard on everybody. It really is.
All those essential healthcare workers and everybody else, it's definitely
Absolutely
on families for sure. So
yeah, so they could even use a little card or some flowers, and if you want to order some pizza, and and have that dropped off, and hey, this is for your staff, you are welcome to do that as well.
That would be
There's
awesome.
lots of ways to help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
Right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today, and we'll get this pushed out and let everybody know about the Sheridan and Burke Burnett.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I appreciate the time this morning.
All right. Thank you, Wendy.
All right. Thank you. Stay safe.
All right. You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.